I am Rafa Benitez. You are watching the Redmen TV.
Chris at CEO Neil 91 is a main striker the only signing left to be made, or do you feel there's more to come? I think we've kind of touched on this already. The lack of cover at left back says you'd like to think we'd identified someone in that regard. But I mean, I think the question for you, Chris, is if we only signed a striker, is that enough?
I think I'd be happy with the window. I don't think it's enough, but then I could say that every season. You could, there's always want more, don't you?
Yeah.
It's not our money at the end of the day.
Not anymore.
I think a left back. I think it's imperative that we sign cover at left back, especially if Enrique goes out. Flanagan's, will he ever get fit again? I'm not sure. But the one, like what we've just been talking about, is a defensive midfielder as well. I think if Lucas goes out, then we definitely need somebody, and there are still big question marks amongst Liverpool fans whether Lucas is good enough. And I think he is, but a lot of Liverpool fans will say no, we need a better destroyer, a 6 foot type of player like a Matic or something, or someone who can grab the game by the scruff of the neck. And I'm not as convinced on Chan as defensive midfielder. I think he's a centre mid. I'd be worried if we were left with Chan at this point in the season as our only defensive midfielder.
Because an unproven youngster, I suppose.
I've seen a lot of shouts for, say, on the opening day, a midfield three of Milner, Henderson and Coutinho, which should be interesting. Have the two of them deeper together. There'll be lots of hard work in there,
Milner,
but then I think...
that worries me.
I think against 10 or 11 teams in the league, I'll be quite comfortable watching that happen, but that's the problem, isn't it? Yeah. You can't, you don't play 25 games a season, do you?
No, I think, again, just kind of, you probably touched on it earlier, but Chase, that it does feel, I think, like the centre forward is probably, there's not a vast amount of business left to be done this summer.
No, I think that was a big thing, that trying to get everything done early, and I think that is the one big one outstanding. I think, as Chris touched on, I think the left back will be one, if as expected, Enrique finally gets the message and goes.
Maybe the club should just tell him by your Instagram. He'd probably gone 2 years ago.
and the defensive midfielder is an interesting one, because I think you couldn't afford to just lose Lucas and not replace him. But I think.
What do you think of the Marca reports that Madrid are looking to offload Mendy?
Yeah, so again, I've checked that. That's another one of those rumours that's kept doing the rounds. But I've been told that he's not a player that Liverpool are chasing at the moment.
Gutted. Genuinely gutted about that.
Yeah, but like I say, it's just another example in it. I feel like we can chase whoever we want, but as long as once we get that centre forward boxed off, whether it's Benteke or not, get that sorted. And I kind of don't care if we then get another defensive midfielder in before the end of the window. Then so be it. I think we can afford to say.
You would care if we went to 3 at the back because Moreno's got injured and Firmino's playing left wing back.
Yeah, maybe. But what I mean is that we don't need to buy a defensive midfield at the minute because we've got Lucas and we've got other people who can do that job. It's not imperative. A left back's probably slightly more of a concern. But as long as we identify that centre forward position, I think we can relax a bit and kind of see how the window develops, see who goes, see how much squad space we've got free. Because there was an article the other week, wasn't there, that when we've got too many players to register for our Premier League squad at the minute, kind of anyway. So we know some people are going to have to go out. But I guess, as far as the grapevine goes, I guess it's probably just centre forward and nothing. There's nothing particularly lined up on the horizon.
No, I think that's the big one. I think anything else will be dependent on circumstances in terms of who leaves the club. But that's the only area they're really looking at the moment is up top.
Yeah. So don't be getting an Mendy on the back of your shirt anytime soon. Hello, welcome to the Redmen TV. 2 news videos for you today. The first, and arguably most important, at least according to Twitter and the newspapers, Raheem Sterling's reportedly told Brendan Rodgers once again that he wants to leave the club and that he doesn't want to go on the tour to the Far East and Australia as well. Obviously, that's not made us feel very good as fans of Liverpool or as people.